Good morning and welcome to Preparing to Survive and Thrive Homesteading Channel, Charlie B. So, what are we up to today? Well, we're going to be playing with the bees. Okay, we're not playing with them. We are going to be checking some honey, some of the hives for honey. And I'm going to show you this tool first. This is called a bee brush. It's very long and it's kind of curved and it's very soft. Very, very soft. And when I'm pulling out frames to extract the honey, I just gently brush the bees off the frame. So I'm not hurting them. So you will see me do that more than likely today, hoping that I will have some honey to extract. I am going to swap you around so you can see what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do a full hive check. I'm literally just going to look for frames that I can extract. Hopefully they will be in the top boxes and I won't have to mess with any of them that are in their homes. Now, we are not, before I turn you around, we are not in a Darth here yet. I'm very surprised, but we have the property here and the neighbor's property. We both plant buckwheat, and it's in full bloom. I've got different wildflowers going, and the garden, of course, and the main source would be the catnip, which we have a lot of that, and that's in full bloom right now. Okay, and yarrow and a number of other things. So let me swap you around. Let me show you some things. So this will be the first hive I check to see if I have honey. This one is the one that I should. This was my hive that overwintered. It did lose its queen. They requeened it. I don't know if it swarmed. It didn't look like it because there were so many bees in there, but it could have just requeened. So I don't know. And what you see in the background here, that is what I'm going to be putting the honey frames in if I have any to extract. The bees are moving slow. It rained last night and it was only like 68 degrees when I woke up, so they're not moving real fast to come out. This one I might check just to see if there is enough honey in there to extract anything if I cannot find anything in the other honeys, but I'm not holding my breath. More than likely, no, I will not find anything. The green one, no, I will not extract anything from there because they only have those, and there's no way that they're going to have anything extra. I can actually see some pollen that they're pulling off of some plants on this, which is great. And then this one was a hive that swarmed. And no, I have not posted that yet, but they're starting to come out and they're starting to beard. I'm thinking possibly that the queen and everybody went back into that hive. I do not know. But I did not keep, the swarm did not stay. Let's just put it like that. I still would like to post that, but it's just been too crazy around here. So, but now you have my game plan for the day, and I'm going to turn you off and get my crazy bee suit on, or shall I say my sexy bee suit, and we're going to get to it. Okay, so actually I'm going to start at the other end. Instead of checking my overwintered hive first, I'm going to check this one, because this one's least likely to have anything, but we're going to check it. It's very hot and muggy out here. The bees are actually being calm, which I'm not going to knock it. We always like calm bees, right? But let's see if we got anything. Oh, they've got purpleus going really good, so they've got things sealed up. There you go. We have bees up on top of the lid and on top of the inner lid, inner cover. I put the extraction box that I have to put the frames in. I have it behind me. Now these guys are probably going to be a little irritable. Let's just check. Now, if there isn't any honey, I am not going to take from these guys because, yeah, that would not be right. And this is a first-year hive, so let's see if we can pull out anything in here. Well, they're building comb in here, but I'm not seeing any capped honey. So, but it looks like they are getting a lot of comb built, which is good. And some of this already had some comb in it. But yeah, they're building out, and this was some that was already in there, and that's okay because we're just checking to see if we can extract any honey. So far, doesn't look like it. That's all right, because I'm more worried about my bees surviving the winter than I am for me to get honey. And take from the center frame first to see if there's anything. If there's no honey in here, I really doubt that there's any honey anywhere else on the frame. So, okay. So, yep. At this moment, there's a lot of capped honey below that I can see on the third frame, and that's good. I'm going to go ahead and pull this box off. I'm going to set this down since they haven't even started putting nectar in here yet in order to make it into honey. But that's all right. We're good. I just want them to survive the winter. And like I said, this was a new hive, and it's a possibility that this swarmed and the swarm didn't take and stay, that they came back, or the swarm did leave completely. So if this one doesn't have any for me to take, and that's fine, like I said, I'm good with that. The bees are the most important, but I would like to get a little bit of honey, I'm not going to lie to you. Ooh, lots of bees, as you can see. That was not intentional. That slid completely off. But, woo, yes. Completely off. Hope I'm not smashing honey. They're not going to be happy since I slid that off. That's all right, because I'm at one with the bees. Show you how pretty this looks. And no, I will not take from these guys. A little hard to get them pouring apart because they really got it purplist shut up, and that's awesome. This is good that they have this much honey up this way. Really good. But there's only a couple frames here that that it's full. The frames are full. So they're going to definitely be eating this before long. And so I'm going to start feeding them if I was taking honey. But I will probably actually feed them for August and then put a honey super on just to see if I get any honey for the fall. But I doubt I will. Because if I take from them during the spring, I don't take from them sunny. This frame here is unbelievably heavy. I can't even get a hold of it. It's so heavy. And the bees are being really sweet at this moment. They're not happy with me. They're starting to get me. Hopefully I'm not killing anybody. There we go. I'm trying really hard not to smash anybody. But this is one that's really greatly capped. If I was going to take from this hive, this is something I would take because of how full it is. Now, I'm not saying that I won't come out and steal one. I might actually come back and steal one and just feed them. But yes, they're doing awesome. They have multiple caps on here. But see, both sides are completely damn near capped. But they only have they have like 3 that's definitely capped and adding more to it. So these guys are going to stay where they are. And the honey super that just went flying, I am going to leave it sit here because there's no way that they're going to be putting anything in it, even if I feed them. And I actually probably shouldn't even do that. But Who knows? I don't want them to swarm again, but they do have plenty of space. So on second thought, I am going to leave that off and just leave it sit and let them finish filling this up to begin with. But right now they are making a good bit of honey themselves. That's awesome. But I love you, bees. You're my one and only. Okay. So, do great. Sorry about sliding. I normally don't like to have honey supers on here when I'm going to feed. And my notch here is on the back so they get more air circulation from the bottom to up to here. I'm going to put this little lady back together. And that's okay. So at least we checked this one out and we know what's going on. There's so many bees in there. I really hate to leave them off. So I'm kind of indecisive on that one. Okay, I'm going to be bad. I'm going to put the honey super on her. Some of the bees fell off whenever I dropped the honey box. So, there's a lot of bees in there. They're doing their work. I think they're praying for more honey to come, and the fall flow is going to come. So, but I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and put it back on there. Plus, on days that it's really hot, that kind of gives them an extra little bit of space to keep them a little cooler. And no, I will not take from this hive this year, even though she's beautiful and she's mine. Now, in all honesty, if I got stung, I would deserve it after what I did. So these guys are all going to have to fly back up in here and do what they need to do. Okay. So now that I've really, let's just say irritated these guys, let's get out of this hive. Okay. They are definitely storing lots of honey, and that's good. This is what we want. Okay, ladies, you're all good. Please make it back in there. Okay, so since I know there's nothing in here, there is no reason for me to check the second one, not today, or even the blue one. I will not take from either of those two. But I'm going to take you over to the one hive that overwintered and get all my stuff over there. And remember, always walk. I'm going to show you around. Always walk behind the entrance, because if you don't, they will sting you. Okay, so we're over here at the other beehive. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. Okay, cut up until this point, and let's start. Okay, so we're over here at the overwintered hive, and I got my bee brush, and I got my tool where I lift out the frames. So these are the two I'm using, other than my smoker, which you have seen before. I do have to get out here and pull some of these weeds around it, but I also like to protect the frame the entrance, that kind of helps keep other critters out of the hives if they're kind of being hidden. So let's see. Guys are really calm. That's a good thing. Okay, let's see what we got here. Well, they fell down. Okay. All right. Well, they are, from what I can tell, there's no capped honey up here. None, 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 none. So do I want to extract or do I not want to extract today or this year at all and just feed them and let them go another year without me extracting anything? So I'm not even going to pull this up. I'm going to, I know that there is some nectar in here because they were filling them the last time I checked them. A little disappointing. I was hoping. That's what happens when you have a swarm or they requeen. It is, it definitely takes your honey production down because you stop having as many bees. The sun's coming out and it rained last night and it is getting hot and sticky in here. Okay. Well, we've got nectar in here, and that's good. So they're filling it up, but none is capped anywhere in this one. So if I feed, I can't use any of this. So what if I do, if I take some and pull these frames down below, which I really don't know if I want to because I really feel guilty for taking from their hives. Now, since this has been such, they're not in a dearth yet, and they're still pulling up honey and stuff, if I wouldn't feed them, then I could, in the fall, go ahead and pull this top one and use it. So it's like, what do I do? Do I let them? Do I not let them? It's so confusing. Or do I just go ahead and take some spring honey from the bottom? This one I am not falling. This one I'm not going to allow fall. I'm going to hold on to it better. Oh, a lot of these guys are actually capped down here. Let's take a look at one of these. Now, this is the one I had actually put 2 feeders in back in the spring because there were so many bees. And I didn't want to take the chance of them going hungry and dying off. I wanted her to keep making the nectar and such. These guys are really good bees. Okay. Just going to set this lady down here. And they're putting honey. They're even putting comb on the outside frames. And they don't always do that. Let's see how these ladies are doing. Now, from what I extracted, I do actually have enough honey that I could, use store-bought, or I could go ahead and, I have been using what I extracted from 2020 in case you didn't see that video. Very, very hot, full. That's nicely filled up. All capped, except for the very edges. Oh, what do I want to do? They're not completely full, but they are putting nectar in there. So I could actually wait for a couple more weeks to see if anything's capped and not feed them. See how they do then. So that is actually going to be my goal, is to give them another 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And if they're still eating because of the buckwheat and stuff like that and the catnip, and they've capped anything up here, then I will take. But that's an iffy one because that puts us into August. So, but I'm hot and sweaty. I know the bees are doing great because of how far they're capping. Now they're irritated with me. So don't worry, ladies. I'm not going to take your stuff. Not today, at least. Because the bees are the most important thing. I do not need this. If this was a grid down situation and I really needed the honey for medical supplies or stuff like that, then I might go ahead and take some of their stores and just feed them sugar water, because, you also have to protect yourself. The queen must be just laying down in the bottom 2 frames, which I'm not pulling it apart at this moment. But, yep, we're going to let them go. And since there is so much other food, I think my butt just got stung. Oh well. Go along with all the other bug bites I have on me. Well, I am going to post this video to let you know what's going on and why I'm not extracting. So I guess I'll put all my extraction stuff away until a couple weeks from now to just see. With us planting the buckwheat, that actually helps a lot. So, and the catnip is amazing. I'm hoping we'll have more catnip coming up. I want to add a lot more of catnip to the gardens and the orchards next year. So we're just going to find out to see how they do. I know we also have a lot of clover, white clover and yellow clover that's popping up everywhere. So that's also feeding the bees. And we do not have any ants in these guys. So there you go. We're doing it. I should check the other ones, make sure they're producing enough and they don't need another box. Since I'm already out here and sweating. So, okay, I'm going to just swap you on around so you can see this one I'm going to look at. So I turned you around to just see. It's really hot out here. It's very muggy, so it's causing me to sweat a lot. Gotta put my glasses back on. Got hair stuck to me everywhere. My smoker even didn't want to smoke now. Okay, that's all right. We're just going to check the other ones just real quick. I'm literally just checking the top boxes. I will check the other ones because bees will fill up the bottom before they'll fill up the top. So they normally work from the bottom up, and that's why some people rotate their boxes in the wintertime to make sure that they're getting enough. Well, let's see. Does this lady need another box, or are we doing good? They've got the purpleless going here. Ah. I'm not tearing this apart. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull you over so you can see. I'm going to have to swap you around, so bear with me. Okay, so you have to look close. They do not have any of this capped, but they are in there, so they're not going to need another box. These guys are a little agitated. They're okay though. So these guys are not filling because there's not as many bees, I guess, in here. But they're working on it. So this one they have good and capped. So that's good. So they are starting the third box with capping some of it. Oh, there's lots of nectar in this. And they have capped. And it looks like they're also putting some pollen in there. These guys, they don't have anything capped. That's all right. They've got the other ones. They're doing well. Like I said, we're doing good. So I'm going to wait until I come back out in about 2 weeks to check to see. And we'll go from there. But right now, they're doing good. And at that time, what I'll do is I'll probably go ahead and do a better hive check. But I know, and when it's hot, how many bees are on the outside of this thing, outside of the hives, that I have a lot of bees. So she's definitely laying, and there's definitely food, and that's what we want. We are back here at the smallest hive. Let's just take a look at her. I know I always say I'm not going to get into these, and I always do. I can't help it. But I'm just doing a really one. And I could literally come out and feed these guys individually if I wanted to. Well, they've got actually some capped honey in here. So that's good. Just going to go ahead and pull out one so we can just take a look. These guys are definitely slow to go. I hope they survive the winter, but I don't know if they are. I might sneak out and actually feed them, just like this hive. To maybe help them a little bit. So they're building some comb. Some pretty nice new comb. See, this is what scares me with this one being such a weak hive. That something's going to get them. That either the ants are going to move back in or we're going to get mice. I am looking for something to put over the entrance so they can't get in. And we'll be flopping them around or something. So they are moving up here, and yes, we do have capped honey. So, but they're doing good. And I will start feeding them, like I said, when I come back and check here in a couple weeks. I'll start feeding them all. And I might sneak out and feed this one. I don't know. I guess we'll see, won't we? I'll keep you updated if I do sneak out and do anything. But this late in the year, I definitely don't want to have them swarm because they're thinking there's too much food. It's one of those things. It's iffy when it comes to bees. Okay, so, well, we'll be back. Wow, it's hot in this bee suit. So I decided not to extract anything as of yet. And we're just going to take a look from the front here again. They're starting to come out. These guys are a little slow, but yep, they're coming out. It's getting hot out here. It's very muggy. And they're very calm, so I know we're not in the dark. When we're going to a dark, yeah, they're going to be angry because I'm taking their food. Oh, one last thing. This is Stash. I haven't had him on camera, I don't think, this year, but he's my garden kitty. Yes, Stashy Washy. He's so cute. He's my baby. Okay, well, there you have it. So I guess I'll put away all my honey extraction equipment, and I got sweat in my eye, so that's why you're off center. But yes, so, well, this is Charlie B signing out. I didn't get any honey at this moment, but I'm signing out. And if you please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Give me a like. It helps out with the channel and the algorithms, whatever, however you say that. But yes, please. Alrighty, so I'm going to swap you around and let you take one more look at the bees. Okay, Charlie B and the bees signing out.